Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Today's look is going to be this zombie lady, and I have on my zombie Pillsbury Doughboy shirt, which I felt was quite costume appropriate, if I do say so myself. It has the Pillsbury Doughboy on there, and it says grains instead of brains, and I personally think that's pretty funny. But anyways, if you want to see how I did this, just keep on watching. For starters, I knew that I wanted this zombie lady to be pink, and I did not have a pink face paint shade, so I mixed a red and white shade to get my desired color, and then I'm just going to go ahead and apply some glue stick to my eyes, my eyebrows, and then I'm just going to powder them and then add more glue and then powder again, and then I'm just going to go over everything with foundation to give me a good base for the face paint to stick to. Then I'm just going to go ahead and set everything in place with a little bit of face powder. Under the foundation, I had already mapped out where I wanted all of the features to be, but because I covered it up with foundation, I'm just going to go back through with a light colored pencil and map everything out again. And you just want to map out your eye sockets, you want to map out the hollows of your cheeks. I didn't really bother with mapping out the nose, but I did know that I wanted to have some brain exposure, so I went ahead and mapped out a spot for that as well. And I also didn't worry about the teeth during this process either because I wasn't so much worried about those yet. Now it's just time to go ahead and start filling everything in. This is the pink shade that I mixed up. You can mix up whatever color that you want. Just because mine is pink does not mean yours has to be. This is just the shade that I wanted it to be. And I also did not show it. I did not set this stuff in place. You probably would want to do that. And I actually had a pink blush set aside just to set it in place. And of course I forgot. But you want to leave a spot over there on your temples so that you can hollow those out as well. And also at this point you could leave your nose completely blank because it's going to have to be filled in with black or whatever color you choose for your darkest shade. But I went ahead and put the pink over the top of it just because I got carried away. Now I'm just going to take a very light pink shade, and this step probably could have been skipped as well because it did not really turn out how I wanted it to. I ended up going back over it with the darkest shade, which in my case I wanted her eyes to be purple, so I went over it with a purple body paint, and then I ended up setting it with a super dark purple eyeshadow. Now that you've kind of started looking like a raccoon, you're going to want to fade out the edges just a little bit because you don't want it to look like you're trying to make perfect circles. You want it to be kind of messy. And then I'm going to go and put some black eyeliner on my upper and lower waterline. And now it's time for the teeth. I wanted to go for a acid yellow, greenish colored teeth. And I made a video a little while ago with a skull mouth, so I just went ahead and went with that for this look as well. And all you have to do is just make lines or triangles, and then you fill in all the blank spaces with black or whatever color you choose. In this case, I went in with black in between and faded it up into the rest of the face. And now it's time to fill in the hollows of the cheek. And to start out, I'm just using black face paint, and then I'm going to end up going over it with purple eyeshadow because I want it to have a really faded look, really blended out. But to start out, just go ahead and fill in all that empty space on the sides of your mouth with some black paint. Then you're going to want to go ahead and fill in a nose of some sort. You can pick any shape that you want. I just wanted to go with a normal skeleton-esque sort of nose. Then just go ahead and finish filling in all the areas around the teeth. I just made some lines in between all of them to make it look more faded because like I said, I'm going to go back in anywhere that there's black. I'm going to go back in with a purple shade and just use it to blend everything out. Once you have created those lines, you're going to go ahead and finish filling in the rest of your face with that pink face paint. But you also want to go ahead and do your neck as well. Any part of your upper body that's going to be showing, you can even paint your arms if you want to, but any part that's going to be showing outside of your shirt, you definitely want to paint it. Then I'm taking that same purple shadow and applying it to the hollows of my temples. And here you can see that I'm just blending everything out. It's not perfect, it's messy, but it is getting blended out. I'm also just going ahead and setting the teeth. I'm mixing up different colors of yellow and green from my 120 palette and just applying different colors to different teeth. And then I'm taking the same shade that I put all over my teeth and filling in the brain portion of this zombie chick. Setting the teeth in place and the eyes is going to help mattify everything. It's also going to help it stay put all night if you're going to a party or something. But it's also going to help mattify it, which really makes me regret not putting the powder on my face to mattify that as well. You'll see what I'm talking about in the pictures. So if you do this, I highly suggest making sure you have all the colors needed to set everything in place. Now I'm just going to take that same yellow shade and put little pus all over my face. I've got one like big long drip coming out of like the temple. I've got another one somewhat coming out of the temple, and then I've got one coming out of the jawbone. You can put them wherever you want. And now to give it more of a separated cartoon look, I'm going over everything with some black paint as well and drawing in the little squiggles for the brain. Obviously, this is not technically how the brain actually looks, but you know, it's just for fun. Now it is time to let down your hair and tease it up like nobody's business. You want it to be completely unruly because we are a zombie, and I personally wanted my hair to be super big, but my hair is kind of flat, so getting it kind of big is hard sometimes. But you want to get your hair pretty big, or at least to me that just would make the look that much better. And you are done. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe.